Okay, so let's talk about it. Yellowjackets Season 3. We got the trailer. I hadn't talked about it, y'all. I just talked about the teaser and all of that. And I got very much so sidetracked with so many things happening over the past week, which I will talk about pretty soon. But I do want to go over this trailer because I think it offers us some interesting aspects about Season 3 and what exactly is going to be happening. So let's recap a little bit about what happened in the last episode of Season 2. So in the last episode of Season 2, we pretty much saw the biggest thing we could see, right? Natalie has been killed accidentally, of course, by Misty. We saw that Lottie was taken away by the EMTs. And in the past, we saw that they ended up eating Avi, and then Natalie was promoted as the new leader. So that was pretty much everything that happened. And by the way, they lost their cabin. It went on fire, and now they don't have a shelter. Was it, Coach? We'll talk about that in a bit. So let's go through this shot by shot and try to discuss what we're seeing here and some of the bigger things here as well. I won't go fully shot by shot, right? Let's just go with some of the things that were standing out. So one of the key things here is that we see that Marie is being chased. Could she be one of the ones that are being sacrificed right at this point? And it's kind of interesting they're already hunting in the spring as well. Something that a lot of people were wondering, was this going to be a thing or not? Were they waiting till winter comes or is closer to it, right? Marie, I don't know about Marie. Can she survive? Well, from the sounds of it, with Van talking about and all of that, it seems that everybody who has survived is already alive, right? And they're here. We've met everybody who's alive. A key thing here is going to be, who is Hilary Swank's character, right? And I will talk about that in a bit. But this character right here, I was wondering who this could be. And I really want to say that this is Natalie, just based off of this shot with the red sweater. Because then I think Natalie's wearing like a red jacket or sweater, but it could just be anybody, right? Melissa right here as well with Shauna. I believe that Melissa is Hilary Swank. I think that we're going to see in some sort of way she was able to escape maybe being the tribute girl, and then she eventually was on her own and then rescued separately. Maybe she wanted to go into witness protection for some reason, things like that. I don't know. It could go either way, but I have another theory about Hilary Swank in a bit. Here we see them. Everything seems happy. This ominous picture of Coach right here has me thinking that Ben is not making it. Ben is definitely not making it past Season 3, and I'll get to why in a bit. In another picture we have this, of course, we see the figure is pretty much still trying to lurk in the shadows. Now, we don't really necessarily know if Yellowjackets really is dabbling into supernatural or all of this is just a psychological effect of what happened out there. And I'm curious to see what that is, but it seems that supernatural things do happen with Lottie's visions. And that's something that I caught on from the trailer and some people who commented before about it. We do see a scene where Misty enters the subterranean tunnels, which are from the visions that Lottie was apparently having in the previous season. So there's definitely something more afoot here than just a psychological trauma, right? And of course, we see the whole thing between Natalie and Shauna starting to reach a boiling point. Something we saw Shauna was sort of internalizing in the previous season was the fact that she got overlooked to be the new queen and all of that. And she seems to be pissed at Natalie for doing that. Ben in more agony, and Shauna is here howling. I think Shauna's truly going to lose it this season in the past. And of course in the present, because we also see that somebody is still blackmailing Shauna. Now, one of the key things as well here is that we see more rituals happening, and we see that things are really starting to get out of control to a point where it seems that Shauna might just be, in fact, be promoted to the leader, and it looks like Natalie demoted. Could it be that Natalie was trying to stop all of these things with the eating the other girls and things like that, and Shauna was trying to be like, hey, she's wrong, we need to eat, and this is how she sort of got good points over the team as well. That's something we could definitely see here, because Shauna was definitely not pleased at all to see Natalie take over. This shot here of Misty stabbing Shauna has me wondering, is this real, is this not? I'm very curious about it. So many have pointed out that it could just very well be Misty having a sort of hallucination or just a sort of wishful thinking of what she would want to do, but she really doesn't do it. Not much of Walter is shown besides that shot there. We see Misty here burning a picture that seems to have the group with them, which I find interesting as well. And here people are saying that this is Shauna and Marie is getting her hand bit by Shauna. I just don't know what's going on here. Maybe it was just a fight and everything they had, but I don't think we see Marie die just yet. And here in more agony, final picture of Hilary Swank, who I believe is Melissa. But but I could also see a whole thing where this is twisted around, that this could be somebody's like sister or whatever that was there with the girls, like a family member of one of them, Marie, Melissa, whoever it is, and they know what happens. They sort of figured it out and they were able to deduce everything that the girls did here and is now trying to expose them. That definitely could be a thing. I've seen other people point at the fact that maybe she's a Fed, or she's sort of like somebody who's like a reporter and has uncovered the truth of what happened out there, which is another possibility. And then we also have this picture right here, which shows the antlers, a hammer, almost like somebody being put towards judgment, if you will. And we see Ben right there next to Misty, I believe. And that could definitely be Ben being put on trial for the burning of the cabin and could eventually be put to death, or actually on a plate, as he might just be eaten. I think Ben definitely doesn't make it this season, but really great trailer, honestly. Really has me excited about what the possibilities can be. I'm excited about Yellowjackets. I've been a fan since it first premiered years ago, and I'm excited to see what they're going to do with it, and very curious because the stakes definitely have to be raised, as many people have pointed out, that there really is like a pacing with the way that things are going. But I do know that they don't really have much to really sacrifice like that before the show would just end. So I kind of get it, but at the same time, I do think that they need to really amp up the pace here a bit. So we'll see what happens in season 3. Let me know if you're excited for this new season, and also make sure to hit the subscribe button and notification bell. Once we get some more information, pictures, teaser trailers, and all of that, I will be sure to bring you a lot more coverage, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, let me know what you think. What are your theories on what's happening here? Like I said, I believe Hilary Swank is maybe Melissa. That's my like smaller guess there, but my bigger guess is that it is indeed a family member of one of the girls who didn't make it out, who has uncovered the truth and is trying to expose them all. And I don't think Coach is making it out of this season. That's my biggest thing there. I don't think Coach will make it out. I think it looks like he's losing it. He was losing it at the end of the previous season. And I think that this is just definitely going to be the final nail in the coffin for him. And he will be put as a sort of like sacrifice. And they'll find out he was maybe the one behind the burning of the cabin. And they're just going to be like, yep, we're taking Coach out. And that's that. So let me know what you think, what is going to happen in season 3. I will be sure to cover it episode by episode once it releases, so make sure you're subscribed here. Once it releases in a couple of months, we'll be talking all about it. Once we get another trailer as well, I'll be sure to break it down and discuss more theories. But we definitely do want to recap the other 2 seasons, so I'll have a video for that probably next month, recapping everything that happened and where we are and where we could go. As always, I'll see you next time. Stay safe, stay positive.